Alright, hey, what's up guys, it's DannyB here, and I'm going to give you a Guilty Gear Strive tier list because everyone does these and I want to give my opinion that no one cares about. So, here we go. We're going to go from the bottom up. And at the very bottom, we're doing C for Chip. So, Chip, I mean, you've seen all the videos online, basically getting touch of death by literally everyone. It's a very high damage game, and some of his tools just aren't really as good as they probably should be. He's got some crazy combos, but like just for the work versus like the amount of damage you get out compared to a lot of these other characters is just simply not up to par. We'll see if he gets like a damage or maybe a damage buff, but unlikely. But like a health buff probably would be a little bit better for him. And maybe we see him go up to B. But right now, definitely C tier. Definitely, probably, definitely the worst character in the game, I think, by a lot of people's estimations. He's just doesn't have enough health. Literally can get TOD'd by almost everyone in the cast. So, that's that. Alright, well, now that we've got our Chip review, let's go to B tier. In B, I'm going to put Faust right away. Faust, he's an interesting character, right? Because a lot of it is kind of based off luck and the randomization that you get off of the items that you throw out. And I think it's going to take some time for people to figure this character out to see if he has any crazy stuff. But right now, nothing too crazy with him. He's not bad by any means, but he's not amazing compared to some of these other characters in here. Also in B tier right now, I'm going to put Zotto. I think Zotto 1 has a lot of potential, a lot of like really great mix-up potential. I just don't think people had enough time in the beta to figure that out. I know a few people did find like an infinite with him, and I doubt that's going to stay in the main game. But I think right now, Zotto's a B tier. Again, I think it's going to take a little bit more time for people to figure him out, see exactly what his mix-ups are. That's kind of where Zotto sits. He's got some good tools, but again, compared to like the amount of work you have to put in with Zotto controlling two characters, compared to like the mix-ups and damage that you get, really just doesn't match up to the rest of the cast, in my opinion. All right, who else do we have in B tier? In B tier, I also probably, and this is a probably, I kind of want to put Geo. I don't know. It's between Geo and Nagarooki. Newer characters, right? And both of these characters really don't feel like they're super complete. I don't know. It's hard to say. But for the current time, I'm gonna put Geo. I know she does have an infinite. It's probably gonna get patched out. But I think Geo just doesn't have a whole lot of tools. She's good, but again, compared to the rest of the cast, just really doesn't match up in terms of damage output and kind of like crazy setups. She does have those legs that go pretty crazy, but again, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. All right, I think that kind of does it for B tier. Everyone else in the cast tier is fairly good in my opinion. Now, let me think about this B tier lineup. Is this good? Like, I would probably put Faust at the end of B tier, and I'd probably put Zotto in the middle for now, and I'd say Geo's probably like the top of B tier right now, just in terms of like people playing her. So now we've got A tier. I feel like there's a lot of good characters in this game, and I feel like there's a lot of people in A tier. Someone I'm just going to throw up there right now, who might be towards the end of the list, we'll see, is Nagoro Ruki. Mid-low levels of play, man, you get that risk gauge building up and get one counter and you're dead. His wall combos are insane. The damage in this game is crazy. He's definitely more of like a neutral character, doesn't have really great movement, but again, like mid to low level play, it's hard to like exploit that really. And again, one counter gets your risk gauge up and you're dead. I've seen so many TOD combos with this guy, it's actually insane. So, I'll put him at A tier for now. He might go down later in the game's life cycle once people figure him out if he doesn't get changed. But as of right now, I see Nagoro Ruki sitting at A tier pretty comfortably, in my opinion. Alright, who else do we got at A tier? In A tier, I also want to put Kai. Kai's just solid, right? Dragon install doing extra hits, uppercut, he's got good pokes, gets decent damage off the counter. Just super solid, like, all around. And I definitely put him like ahead of Nagoro Ruki here. So, yeah, that's where I'd put Kai. Not much to say about Kai. I mean, he's like pretty much a Shoto if Guilty Gear had Shotos. He's essentially a Shoto character, so that's what I think about Kai. Who else would we put solidly in A tier? We're kind of getting down to it where a lot of these characters are really, really good. I'm going to put Leo up there, and I think Leo is actually a little bit better than Kai here. Just Gorilla, right? Crazy mix-ups with his back turn stance. Gets really solid combos. Not incredibly damaging, but just the mix-up potential and just everything else with him is fairly darn good. Good health pool compared to some of the other characters in the cast, in my opinion. He's got an uppercut. He's got a command grab. Definitely a solid character, especially in a game where anti-airing is considerably harder. An uppercut, I think, means a lot, or can mean a lot in this game if you utilize it right. Who else are we going to put in A tier? I think for now, during the beta, I think we'll also put Soul in A tier. I'm going to put him right next to Kai. Very solid. Soul, and actually I put probably Soul ahead of Leo. Very, very solid character. I guess you would consider him like the Ryu of the game. Crazy dash cancel combos that honestly I think they'll keep in the final product. Very good character. Just solid all around. Just super, super solid. I mean, like, he is the definition of like A tier solid character. Wild throughout, doing tons of damage. I don't see that changing. I really don't see Soul changing a whole lot during the final product, so I think he's going to kind of stay in A tier for at least during the base game for quite a while. And again, this is kind of going off the beta, and this is kind of a beta tier list, with kind of keeping in mind like what they might do in the final product. Obviously, that's not out yet, so it's hard to say where that all line up. Now, do I have two Milias in here? Got two Milias. This is like Milia from Exert and Strive Milia. Interesting. Okay. Then, yeah, up there, who else? I think Milia, for sure. A tier, without a doubt. Would I put her in front of Soul? I would put her in front of Leo. I don't know if I put her in front of Soul. Just crazy mix-up potential. I think she's going to get better as the game goes on. Okizeme, just crazy. All around, very, very good. That's kind of all I have to say about Milia. Just crazy 50-50 mix-ups you can put people in. Now for S tier. And S tier is hard, because I think these four characters are very, very, very good right now. I'm going to put Mei up there. I mean, have you watched... it's kind of hard to tell based off, like, top players, because, like, watching Justin Wong's Mei is crazy, right? Super, super good Mei. But, again, it's Justin Wong. So it's like, okay, how good really is Mei? Like, is she really S tier? I don't know. Really hard to hit her. That anchor hits like a truck. I might just put her at the top of A tier. The Dolphins just do so much damage. Dolphin wall combos are just crazy, super easy to get hit by. I'd probably put her at the top of A tier. I mean, Justin Wong makes it look like an S, but I mean, that's Justin Wong, right? Now for S tier. So I think starting with the bottom of S tier, Ram. Ram's crazy. I mean, if you've been on Twitter, you've seen Sonic Fox. Crazy damage, crazy confirms, so many TOD combos. It's actually insane. I think this character might get nerfed. And it's really funny because everyone on Twitter was complaining about her new look compared to Exert, and everyone was just bitching up a storm about it, but she ended up being like insanely good. So I don't want to hear anything from these dirty Ram players that she's not good enough. She's actually crazy good in this game, in my opinion. Really hard to play against. Overhead's just crazy. Yeah, I mean, not much else to say about her. And then we've got Axel. So a lot of people probably won't agree with this, but here's why I think Axel is S tier. This is a game right now of rush down. Everyone rushes down, all right? And you've got a zoner, and a pretty good zoner, on top of his crazy time stop super that he has, in a game where people want to rush you down, right? I think he will get better as time goes on, but I think right now, Axel is definitely S tier. Just crazy good. He's just insane. He counters a lot of the cast. Obviously, with some characters, it's easier to get in on Axel than others, but in terms of like the pool of characters and how a lot of them want to do rushdown, and he can just keep you out. I mean, you saw so many people playing Axel at the top level, even players that maybe weren't even as good as some of the players at the top level playing Axel, just because he can keep you out in a game that's all about rushdown, and that can get incredibly frustrating. So, not to mention his time stop super. I haven't seen any crazy combos with him, but it doesn't matter. He can just keep you out the entire game. And then we've got the biggest boy. The big boy on campus. If I can switch these around. Potemkin. Everyone knows Potemkin's broasted. Broasted. New word. He's broasted. He's broken, and he's going to roast you. He's just insane. I mean, one buster does literally a third of your health, if not more. Not to mention you can roam and cancel and get a combo off it. Like, that is insane. I think he's going to get nerfed. We'll see. A lot of people not too happy with how he turned out. He's just broken. That's all there is to say about that. He's just so much health, so much damage. Not to mention the screen is a lot closer, which just helps out characters like him, grapplers in general, compared to previous Guilty Gear games, and kind of fighters in general. The play space feels really, really enclosed in a lot of ways, and then that just, speaks to his strengths. Dude's almost, his head's like touching the health bar. Dude looks like Abigail from Street Fighter. He's just taking up so much space on the screen. He's got even like good zoning tools, and it's just crazy. So I think he's at S tier. So that's where I would put my Guilty Gear Strive list at. I think a lot of people are going to disagree with this, or maybe not agree with it as much. And yeah, that's that. All right, thanks for watching. Hopefully, fight you in Strive.